Well done. Now, it's been the week of the phone-in, and our man Victor Lewis Smith, in his riding fastness of the north, has not only been listening in, but also going over the phone-ins with a fine tooth comb. How did you do, Victor?
Well, Ned, I've been combing some fine teeth, but that's not great radio. So, keeping with that tradition, this week I've had my ears assaulted by a plethora. They can give you a very nasty bite if you're not careful. Those plethoras. Nasty. Nasty.
I'm Sue Lawley and the Right Honourable Norman Tevitt, as viewers put their questions to the
362-0532 if you're outside the area.
Well, we join Radio 4 again as Sir Robin Day introduces today's guest for your
Election 87. You can get online by dialing 01-580-4411.
Just the merest bucketful from the Niagara of election phone-in shows pouring out of TVs and radios nationwide. For the price of a phone call, you too can make small talk with a politician and enjoy the frisson afforded by half an inch of meaning to every 50 feet of noise. It is, of course, fashionable to claim to be suffering from electoral ennui, but frankly, I'm sorry, I am Mr. Fashion, Ned. You may remember in the 60s, I was the first down our street to wear a Beatles wig. Let's call it style. I mean, not for nothing are they saying that I make Robert Elms look like Wurzel Gummidge.
Good morning. Welcome to the first of the 1987 election call programmes. This is the moment when you, the voter...
And now that phrase really does make my flesh creep. You the voter, you the viewer, you the caller, and you the poor sod who phones long distance at peak rate, only to get an earful of patronising derision from Sir Robin Day. The Sir being short for Surly.
Now let's go, and please dispense, if we may, with the familiarities and pleasantries like good morning and hello and nice to hear you.
Yes, good morning to you.
Please, miss, he said good morning.
I'm 30 years of age.
Yes, just ask your question, please.
I do apologise. Hello?
Go on.
Good morning, Sir Robin.
Go on.
Good morning, Mr. Kaufman.
Good morning, Mr. Purcell.
And there goes a man with first-class honours from the Visigoth Charm School. But if you think he's a roughy-tuffy, the chairman of this election phone-in on Radio Air, James Whale, sounds as though he picked up a few tips by listening to the top-rated, zany Radio Cambodia show, Friday Night is Pol Pot Night.
Give us a ring, 455 and a 362.
Clint. He's a daft sod. Listen to him. Oi, you stupid man!
Hello?
Clint?
Yeah?
You know, if it isn't too much trouble, do you want to be on this or not?
Yeah?
Are you sure?
Yeah?
I don't think you're intelligent enough, are you? I don't think you're intelligent, full stop. Clint?
Yeah?
What do you want?
I'm wondering what you wear.
Shut your stupid mouth and take a hike out of here, right? I think that sorted him out, don't you? And don't put pillocks like that onto me anymore. They might be all right for local BBC radio stations. I certainly don't want them on here. Is that understood?
Of course, that's the glory of living in the cradle of Western democracy. Election time gives you, the punter, the chance to be verbally and publicly dismembered by him, the radio presenter, who has CSEs in cutting you off if you, the smart-ass, start sounding anything like remotely clever. It's the Christians and the Lions all over again, isn't it? This time live and on VHF stereo. Well, speaking as a man who once said boo to a goose and lived, I think it's time for revenge. Here's how to get back. So, lesson number 1, you can't get revenge until you've gotten on air, and nothing is quite so irresistible to the phone-in host as novelty.
Place now for gardening.
This host of a gardener's phone-in believes my name is Giles, and that I'm calling from a car phone on the M11, when in fact I'm actually behind the wheel of a sound effects record. Remember, the police recommend that with car phones you do not phone and drive at the same time. Get my drift? Now listen on.
I think that's what it is. Is that right, Giles?
Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right.
I'm stuck in here on the M11, but I tell you what, me and my wife have been in stitches here listening to you, even the first 2 minutes. we listen to you every week. You're very good.
Lesson number 2, always pander to their gigantic egos.
Well, thank you very much.
That's very nice. Can I ask a question?
Go on then, Giles.
I've been trying to grow a few plants to put in the car, because it gets very hot, and nothing works there. And I just wonder if you've got any ideas on that for the car. We tried a cactus, but that was too hot. It was too hot for a cactus.
Did you have them on the shelf or something like that?
Sorry?
Did they suffer with direct sun, the cacti?
Well, the trouble is, mate, I'm starting to drive that.
Well, it seems,
I think 15 love to me with the help of the BBC sound effect department, don't you? And remember, children, Don't you try that at home. Leave it to adult children like me. Now, lesson number 3. Always think of an original question if you want to graduate to international phone-ins. Here's my proposition for last Sunday's It's Your World.
Good morning, It's Your World.
Hello, yes. Now, listen, I just wondered, what's his name?
Sorry?
What's his name?
Prime Minister of Sudan.
Yeah.
Sadiq al-Mahdi.
Who?
Sadiq al-Mahdi.
Sadiq, he sounds foreign to me.
He's the Prime Minister of Sudan. Can I have a question, please?
You're right, okay. You know in the Bible it says that the meek shall inherit the earth.
Yeah.
Well, the point I wanted to make to Mr. Shashlik was that I'm fairly meek, and as a result of that, I've decided to take up private writ against the C of E because I've not yet inherited my portion of Earth, and I was quite prepared to accept Benidorm. Do you think he might be interested in that as a statement? It's a religious question.
I don't know. I'll put it through to him anyway.
Would you do that?
Yes, I will.
The reason I talked about meek inheriting the Earth is that the programme's called It's Your World.
Yeah.
You see, so it ties, there's a theme.
Yeah.
With that business. Would I have to curtsy?
Sorry?
Would I have to curtsy when I get...
Well, I don't think so, because he won't be able to see you. Okay.
That's the point, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, it's not television.
No, it's not television, it's radio.
Oh, I'm not interested then. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
A 30 love to me, I think. Actually, if you, the licence payer, have ever been on a phone-in, you may have noticed that he, the presenter, insists that you turn off your radio before you start. This is because many stations work on a tape delay system to filter out naughty words. Lesson number 4. If you want to throw a spanner in the airwaves, don't switch off your radio. Instead, wreak havoc with the tape delay. This works especially well on phone-in talent shows.
Okay, let's have the next act, please. What's your name?
Hello, it's me, the caller, speaking.
Okay, you, the caller. What's your act?
My speciality is with farm animals, but you wouldn't broadcast that. So instead, may I sing you a 64-part round by myself, using nothing but your very splendid tape delay? Is that possible? All right, thank you very much. Here we go. Summer is coming in. Summer is coming in.
And that's the sound of a radio station feeding back through its own modulators and joining the great 2LO in the sky. And the coup de grace for any French lawnmowers who may be listening, you can hear next week. Don't cough over my jokes. In the meantime, if you haven't been, I can do it too. That's it. Hello, Ned.
Hello, Victor.
Oh, you haven't asked me what I've been doing this week.
I was going to say you haven't spent the entire week listening to phone-ins, have you?
No, I came up with a brilliant idea of squatting in a luxury dream house at the Ideal Home Exhibition. Have you ever been? They don't lock the doors. So last time was a nightmare, and the next door neighbours were an appalling bunch of vibro massage salesmen. But anyway, it was very good. Anyway, back to you, wacky zany team.
Absolutely. And next week, I must say that the rest of Victor's monitoring of the airways with a riveting climax, replete with star performers. Don't miss this space, the interview of the century.